Hello ladies and gentlemen, today is January 6th, 2017, and I noticed when I looked at some of the comments on my last video when I was asking about the Twitter situation, that at the beginning of that video I said December 4th instead of January 4th. I appreciate your indulgence in letting me make that mistake and not making a big issue of it. Anyway, I wanted to just thank all of you who have responded to that, and more are free to if you would like. There's more information on that video, of course, than just my request for your ideas on Twitter, but it did help me to make a decision. Again, I appreciate all the responses, and basically, despite the fact that I know there's some better systems out there than Twitter, some of you have suggested those, for the purposes that I'm looking to accomplish here, if I'm going to do this, and I haven't made my final decision yet, but if I do go with a system like that, it will be Twitter, because that'll give me access to some of the people that I need to keep track of. I might as well use it while I can. So if I decide to do it, it is going to be Twitter. However, the exact mechanics of that at this point, you know, the name and all of that, I'm not sure exactly how that's going to go. So it'll be a few days, but when I finally do make the decision, I will post it here on YouTube, what that contact information will be on Twitter. So I wanted to bring that up and then get to some issues. There's some important things going on today. Yes, I know about the terror attack at Fort Lauderdale. I don't know all the particulars yet, and I'm trying to, like a lot of other things, stay back and look to see what the exact situation is. Remember, I did say that things would get pretty difficult here leading up to the inauguration and beyond, obviously. The good information is that, yes, today Congress did certify the election and Donald Trump is officially the president-elect. So that milestone is out of the way, that hurdle. We were concerned there might be some difficulties with that. Bill Ayers and the communists and the misinformed, uninformed, I really don't know what, or just the deceivers want to disrupt this whole thing, calling Donald Trump a fascist and his regime. You know, it's amazing to me that sociopaths always call other people what they themselves do. And in my understanding of politics, you know, fascism and communism and authoritarianism are what's on the left. No government anarchy is on the right. So you want something actually, you know, in between those. And that's why we have a constitutional republic. So at any rate, there are a lot of evil influences out there that are trying to make things difficult. And it's just going to continue that way for some time, which again is why I decided that maybe I should increase my efforts. But I do want to bring up something that I heard today, and it's Senator Charles Schumer. You know, that guy, along with McCain and Lindsey Graham, and I could name some others, you know, they should be ashamed of themselves. But you know what? They're not. Let me read you. He was on CNN giving an interview with Rachel Maddow. And he actually had the audacity to say that Donald Trump shouldn't be so hard on the intelligence community because, and I quote, he says, they have 6 ways from Sunday to get back at you. You know, I'm actually a little speechless, because what he just said is that they will come after the president-elect, and then the president. He actually said that. Like they went after Kennedy, like they've gone after anybody who stands up against their tyrannical deceits, their lies, their wars, the things that they've done all across the world and in this nation. And again, I'm not going to take time here to go through all that, but obviously if you look into it, you'll see that the situation with the CIA in particular is a problem. And obviously what they're doing now with all this ridiculous stuff about the Russian hacking, that, you know, Donald Trump is president because the Russians wanted him to be president, and that anybody who supports him is a Russian agent, or that talks about the intelligence community as being, if not inept, if not deceitful, maybe authoritarian, maybe trying to seize power for themselves. All those things that I've talked about in the past. Anyway, Charles Schumer saying what he said. Wow. Let's see, who are they supposed to work for? Is he saying they really don't work for the president if they decide not to? Or if the president's not their puppet, like the CIA asset Barack Obama? If that's his real name, and it isn't, his entire persona, his entire character has been manufactured by the CIA. Nobody really knows who he is, except the CIA. Is that a Republican constitutional form of government? CIA doesn't support, doesn't defend the American people. It's not there to support and defend the Constitution of the United States. Its obvious tool use has been to subvert all of that for a select few elites. Again, I'm not attacking everybody in the CIA, but that is how it's being used. I was reminded of the term eyewash today, how eyewash is used in the CIA to keep the real agenda away from, you know, the people in the CIA who are decent. Okay, so basically what Schumer said today is what I've said all along, that the intel community, particularly the CIA, and I always say that, and the Director for National Intelligence, who is actually supposed to oversee all of that, Clapper's a liar, he's a deceiver, and he's un-American, not people that are questioning the motives and the patriotism and the truth-telling of the CIA. They've already admitted that they're liars and deceivers. Okay? But at any rate, what Schumer said today is basically that the intelligence community will take revenge. I want to tell you something. Okay? A person like him makes that statement. Okay? If something happens to Trump or any of his close supporters, guess what? Schumer's done something really stupid there. I think he's an attorney. If he is, I'm surprised he went there. But he has just given cause to suspect foul play right from the beginning if something happens. So, Senator Schumer, you're not as smart as you think you are, or you're just so deceitful and so evil and so full of bravado and hate that you just couldn't contain yourself. Charles Schumer and what he said, was that a veiled threat to the president? Telling him that the intelligence community is going to come after him? Oh no, he just meant administrative. They're going to cause some administrative problems for him. Regardless. Alright? Just a word. Okay. I already said that the Congress did certify the election of Trump. That's great. And I'm just going to throw up another red flag now. Beware of the CIA. Beware of the CIA. And along that line there, you know, I was waiting today to see what Trump would say about his CIA briefing, and it was, you know, as I suspected, he said there's really nothing there. There's nothing there. Yeah, we have some cybersecurity problems, but we wouldn't have them if people like stupid-ass Hillary didn't choose to not abide by the regulations. She thinks she's above those because she's superior. Anyway, I'm not a bit surprised that Donald Trump said there was nothing there, and I'm certain that that's the case. There really isn't. This is, as I've heard it described, as being a red herring. It's trying to build up a case in the minds of the mindless members of the American people, and there are lots of those. Lots of them. Okay, I think that's it for this one. Not really much meat to it. My major concern was Just letting you know that I do appreciate all of the input that I got on the possibility of using a Twitter account, and I will get back to you within the next few days and let you know what that's going to be, the handle, name, whatever they call that. And I appreciate everything. Let's watch what's happening here in Florida. I think you're going to see a lot more of this happening in the next couple of weeks, and possibly even after that, depending upon how the intelligence services, once they're cleaned out of the scum that's in there, if we can get them all. We probably can't get them all, you know, but most of them. See if the intelligence services can finally help us to get rid of the really bad people in our government and those that the government has been supporting to cause this terror and this criminality and this murder and this theft, etc., etc., around the world, which is really what they should be doing, not supporting a corrupt, hidden, small, and it really